Hey, Steve White, TrekBoy89 here. I just want to do a short video about Unsolved Mysteries. Now, Unsolved Mysteries is probably one of my favourite all-time shows. It is perfect. It was perfect. It is a crime show, a mystery show. It's got horror, it's got science fiction, it's got reunions, it's got religion, it's got myths, it's got UFOs. It had everything. It's basically one of the first shows where they basically reenacted crime stories, and on a TV series budget, they'd reenact mysteries and stories and people who were missing, horror stories, ghost stories, just everything. I loved it. It started in, I think, 1988, ran for 14 seasons till 2002, and I loved it. Unfortunately, I only saw a few episodes when I was a kid, which affected me for life. I loved it. I didn't see it for years. It lived with me. I loved it, but I didn't see it for years until later. I got cable TV here in Australia. We have Foxtel. I don't know if anyone, I just always assume someone might be watching my videos from outside of Australia. So we have Foxtel. And I had that in one of the houses I was living in for a couple of years. I think 2 years, and that's it. As soon as I moved, I wasn't able to have it in the other building that I lived in, so I lost it. So for a brief while, I had it on the FX channel, or Lifetime channel, which was the current incarnation of the show, because it moved around from different channels, and then it went to Lifetime, where basically they'd film segments and then they'd re-show some of the segments because the mystery still hadn't been solved. They'd update ones and then they'd stop showing them, and they'd show new ones. They'd record new ones, but towards the end they recorded less and less new ones and less new content and less new segments. So I loved the show. It was great. Barely saw it though. I got a bunch of episodes that I taped, and I literally put them onto DVD, and then I put some of them onto YouTube, which is basically why I started this channel, because I was having trouble converting them. So some of the things that I had on video that I put onto DVD, I was having trouble converting them to digital files. So I thought, if I can upload them to YouTube, I can download them, and then they'll be in a usable format so I can watch them on my TV, basically. So I did that with a couple of Unsolved Mysteries videos. And then one day I looked through YouTube hoping to find some Unsolved Mysteries, and there was really nothing. There was a couple of odd segments, kind of like what I had, which someone had on video, and they were poor quality. And I just thought, this is just something I'm just going to have to live without. I just apparently don't get to have this series. I don't get to enjoy it. And it was bothering me my whole freaking life. I studied cinema and media. I love horror, sci-fi. It's kind of why I make these videos. I just love talking about the stuff. I don't think anyone's actually listening, but I just like talking about it. And I do plan to do some proper documentaries and proper videos going through the history and detail of shows that I love, and movies that I love and stuff. Not just reactions to things in the moment, and reviews of stuff, or reactions of stuff like Star Trek. So I guess this is my Unsolved Mysteries journey. Then one day, and then after that, Robert Stack, who hosted the show, who was brilliant, died. So they stopped making the show for a few years, and then they said, well, he was just a host, I guess, was the way they looked at it, so we'll get another host. So they got Dennis Farina, who we like, but he didn't have the charisma or the spooky quality that Robert Stack managed to create with his deep voice and his quite masculine. There's something about him. He was in part the show. He was the perfect host, and it worked perfectly. And Dennis didn't really work. He was okay, but they set up differently. Basically, Robert Stack would go to all the locations and they'd film his segments on location usually. Whereas Dennis Farina, they set his whole thing up in the call center, where people would call in about the mysteries when the show was on air. So they basically re-narrated all the segments pretty much that they'd done that they would want to air, and they split that up into 8 seasons. Although at the time they showed a certain amount of these on Spike TV. They did two seasons of the show. I don't know how many episodes they actually showed, but they did a couple of hundred. They basically did most of the stories, and they had him re-narrate it. And I think they squeezed 5 stories per episode or 4 stories. They basically shortened the episodes when they re-edited them, so they get more per episode. So they did all this, and that was all released on YouTube. I discovered that all on YouTube a while ago, about 2 years ago, and I was so excited to have all the 8 seasons. I think it was 24 per season, so what's that, about 200? And I was so excited because even though Robert Stack wasn't there, they didn't have the original theme music and the theme and just the look. Just to have the stories that I remember and to see all the new stories that I had missed and had never seen was great. They were in HD, widescreen, so I watched the hell out of them. That was great. Available on YouTube, because originally Robert Stack, those ones were available on Amazon Prime, but being in Australia, I couldn't access them. I couldn't download them because I couldn't use my credit card, because that basically showed where I was, that I was in Australia, and but it was like a zone thing. I was able to watch the first couple of seasons, but there was times I'd try and watch it and it would give me the same answer, that I was in another zone, I couldn't watch it, whereas other times they'd let me watch it. So the fact that I didn't have my own copies, I couldn't access it freely, it just was pissing me off so much. And then the other week I was just Googling Unsolved Mysteries to see some random uploads that happened where someone else had episodes or something, or something from a video or something. Because, and I nearly forgot, they did release some best of DVDs which were done in themes. Bizarre murders, UFOs, ghosts, miracles, and they did a best of, and then they did a little extra one because they did a box set. And the box set, these were really limited. I bought the Ghost box set. For some reason I didn't buy the others. I thought I was waiting for a collected box set, and the collected box set was really expensive. And then it really was limited, and it became really expensive on eBay. It was selling for $600, $700, $800, $900, $1,000. So $600, $700, $800, $1,000 was selling for. And I actually ordered one. And fortunately for my bank account, it never arrived. I got my money back, but I didn't care because I just wanted those episodes. It wasn't all of them. I'm not sure how many segments it was. It was about 2 or 3 hours per disc, so 3 or 4 episodes. So about 10, 20 episodes per volume. There was about 5 volumes. So it was a small amount of the actual content in the show, but it was something. And because it was themed, you could really get into it. So I got the best of, because I had a little bit of each of the themed episodes, segments from the episodes, and I had the ghosts, and that's it. So I was living on that and the old ones that I had on VHS that I'd managed to convert, but a lot of them, the sound was not synced. So that's why I haven't uploaded them all to YouTube, because the sound wouldn't sync, and that was one of the problems that I was able to fix on some videos by uploading them to YouTube, but not all of them. So a lot of them are still messed up. And I thought, oh God, it was just this ongoing drama. Like, I can't have this show. Every time I miss it, and then I get it, then something goes wrong. I had it on video, and then I converted it, and it messed up all the audio. And you know, the DVDs are too expensive. They're like $100, $200, $300 each for the box sets, and the collected box set is $1,000. It's like, I'm just never gonna have the show. Then the Dennis Farina ones came out on YouTube. I was like, okay, I kind of have it. I've got some Robert Stack on DVD, and then I've got YouTube, all the actual stories, you know, in the new presentation, which had updates, which was good, because you'd see some of these cases were solved, and it was great to see how some of them were solved and to find out that so-and-so did, you know, was found, someone, you know, they found their relatives, they found their ex-partner, whatever they were looking for, or someone who, you know, was killed, they found the person that killed them, they went to jail, they're in jail for life, or they died in jail, and it was good to get resolution on some of these stories, and you wonder about some of these stories, and then you actually see what happens. So that was great. So it was updated, but it wasn't the Robert Stack, it wasn't the original, didn't have the feel. And then after all this drama, all these years of like being denied Unsolved Mysteries, I look, and in the last week they had dropped the first, or less than a week, they dropped the first 5 seasons of Unsolved Mysteries, the Amazon Prime seasons, which there's 12 seasons of, and the last 3 seasons are 10 to 13 episodes each. The rest are 18 to 25, when the ones that aired were 25 to 30. So I'm not sure if they've dropped the numbers down because they've edited out a lot of the repeated segments. But the original intros tell which stories are in each episode, so I'm not sure how they would do that unless they were editing the intros as well. I'm not sure how much work they've done on it, but it seems to be less episodes than were aired. But whether that means there's less content, I don't know. I don't know what, if anything's missing, but they uploaded 5 seasons. And then I kept looking, and season 6 came, season 7 came, season 8 came, season 9 came, and then 10 came, and we sat at 10 for, I think 9 for a few days. And then over the weekend, then 10 came out. I was like, yes, we're going to get 11, we're going to get 12. And then nothing happened for ages, for about 4 days. I was like, oh God, what, they're going to stop and not give us the last couple of seasons, the last 26 episodes? And then this morning I looked, and season 11 was up, all 13 episodes. So now there's just one season, 13 episodes left to go. And then I've got all the available updated episodes, the updated seasons, which there's 12. I don't know why they didn't just do 10 or 11, because number-wise they could have kept a fairly even number of episodes per season, but whatever. I'm just happy to have them. And I've been watching them. I'm up to season 4 now, and it's been great. I've been watching them every night, all night. Just Unsolved Mysteries is just all Unsolved Mysteries now. It's all about at the moment. And I'm really enjoying it because I just craved this show my whole freaking life and wasn't able to watch it, and now I have it. So thank you, First Look Media, who were the ones who bought the rights, digital rights, and put them all on YouTube. I guess they gave them to Amazon Prime for a certain period, and they paid for an exclusive period or something, and now that's over. Now they're putting them on YouTube as well. So I finally have access to them in Australia, so I'm really happy about that. I'm enjoying the hell out of them, and I'm assuming the 12th season is going to come. And the other interesting news is they are going to do another Unsolved Mysteries series. Now, I don't know much about that. This was reported in January. So I'm going to do another video about the history of Unsolved Mysteries, a little bit more detail. Not just me talking about my experience of trying to find the videos. It's more like a video journal sort of video, just talking about how I feel about the series. I'm going to do a video just about the history of the series and whatever news I can find about the reboot, and then just keep updating any news about that. So I'm really excited to have Unsolved Mysteries, to be able to watch it. It's my favourite show. Next to Star Trek's probably my favourite show in the world, yet out of all the shows I've liked, it's the only one I'd only seen 3 or 4 episodes, and I didn't have access to more until years later. Then I probably saw about 25. I saw about a year's worth of the show, and I was missing so much. Then I saw the Dennis Farina ones. I caught up on all the stories, but they weren't the Robert Stack versions. And now I have the original Robert Stack, and I'm really happy. And I'm going to delve into some of the stories and some of the history, because I love mysteries, and I'd like to do my own videos on mysteries and mythology and horror stories and urban legends and stuff. So just come along with me for that. So because I'm eventually going to do those videos. So well, thanks for watching. If you did, like, share, comment, any advice you can give me. I'm a new YouTuber. I'm still learning how to do this, still learning how to make videos, but thanks for watching, and watch my other video on Unsolved Mysteries, which I'll be doing on the weekend. Thanks, bye.